Idol, Messi, plays like Neymar, but just at 17, this kid is already shaping his future. Yamal is a completely different breed. Yeah, we see young stars all the time. I mean, these guys come and go. Almost every top team in Europe right now has that special wonder kid who, makes things happen for them. But Yamal, he's a completely different breed. He's just 17, but when he plays, he takes us back to the MSN era. Neymar's flair and finesse from the left, Messi's magical left foot, his directness and vision from the right. Just that this time, we're seeing all these qualities in one person. The guy is like a legit cheat code. Sometimes playing against him seems unfair. He's the full package. I don't know how he does it. He's just 17. He's still very much new in the system, but he makes old and experienced defenders look like amateurs on the pitch. Take a look at what Antonio Rudiger, a very experienced defender and rival team player, had to say about the kid.
He's 17. No, like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They have a player who have a career, and inshallah he stay healthy, because you never wish bad to people. What he did in the Euros, you have to give kudos to him. Rivals, forget rivals and stuff like this. Truth will always be truth.
The guy is still finding it hard to believe Yamal is just 17. So what exactly makes Yamal different from everybody else? And why should we be scared of him? Now, before we get into that, please drop a like on the video and smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Now, back to Yamal. He was born in 2007. That was 2 years before Messi won his first Ballon d'Or award. So yeah, when Messi won his first Ballon d'Or, Yamal barely knew what football was. He could barely walk. And get this, a few days after Yamal was born, Messi himself bathed him. Barcelona and UNICEF partnered to make up a charity calendar. Each month, they take a picture of a kid and a Barca player. This time, it was Messi, Yamal, and Yamal's mum, Sheila Ivana. Yeah, the world saw just a normal picture, but now we know something else happened that day. Yamal literally got anointed that day. A few years later, we saw the kid in Barca's famous La Masia Academy, and we all know how this academy works. It trains the brightest talents. This is the same academy that gave us Iniesta, Xavi, Piqué, Puyol, and of course, Messi. The La Masia Academy is filled with the best talents in Spain. Now, back to Yamal. Right, in the academy, he stood out. I mean, all the teammates were crazy good, but Yamal was on a different level. His composure, his vision, his passes, and of course, the way he dribbled was something else. The coaches hadn't seen anything like that. He was barely above 10, but already playing like he was ready for the main stage.
Carlos.
Yes, Peter, we see the...
Well, nice change for him to come on for Gavi. Terry, you asked earlier about if he scored.
And when he turned 15, he made his debut for Barca's main team, setting a club record as the youngest player to play for the team. And Yamal didn't just play like an average player, but he made sure to leave a mark, registering a shot on target. Now, you'd expect him to play shy because of his age, and that's his first game with the big boys, but that's not Yamal. To Yamal, age is just a number. He simply never hesitates.
From Nico Williams, Yamal! Oh! History, yet more of it! He's only...
This was 2023, by the way, and this same year, he made his debut for the Spanish national team, also setting a record as the youngest player to not just play, but score for the Spanish national team. And the thing is, this guy is only getting better. He's not playing like some youngster, but like a guy who's been playing top-level football all his life, week in and week out. He's always there to terrorize defenders, gliding past them like they're some sort of training cones. He's 17, but he's making defenders in their late 30s question their career choices. So what sets him apart? Why is he so dominant on the pitch? The simple answer to this is the quality he brings. Yamal has some special attributes, traits that put him above almost everyone else, and most importantly, traits that are essential to his position and make him one of the most terrifying right wingers in Europe today. First, his dribbling. This guy is a nightmare to defend against. His movements are so unpredictable. The way he accelerates and decelerates with the ball at his feet makes him a terror to every defender. Just like Messi, this guy knows how to keep the ball glued to his feet. And of course, we have to talk about the fact that he also uses his left foot more. Anyway, with the ball glued to his feet, his very quick moments make him move like a ghost around defenders. 1 minute, he's right in front of you, the next, he's behind you. You barely have time to react. And he knows how to make the right wing his home. He's not the kind of player that always cuts inside or outside. Makes me remember Neymar. He's free and flexible enough to move in any direction he wants, making him the last guy you want to defend against. I mean, you can't prepare for him. And that's one part of his dribbling. But before we talk about the best part, Yamal asked me to remind you to subscribe to the channel. Come on, if you love the baller, you'll smash that button right now. Okay, let's get to the best part of Yamal's dribbling. Yamal doesn't just challenge anyone. He knows he's a great dribbler, but that doesn't cloud his decisions. He knows when to dribble and when not to. His game IQ is crazy advanced. He knows when to take on his man and when to slow things down. And you see, Yamal's game is way beyond his dribbling. He doesn't rely on dribbling alone to create spaces or chances. He's one of the best passers right now.
For Rafinha! Would have been a magnificent goal, but Rafinha didn't.
Wingers these days only care about dribbling or just pushing the ball into the opponent's box as deep as they can. But Yamal provides more than that. His passes are pinpoint. And don't get me started on his Trevelyan passes. Quaresma, Modric, and then there's Yamal. He's one of those very few players that have mastered this elite skill. His vision is another thing that sets him apart. He reads the game like he's playing chess, predicting how the enemies and his teammates would move, helping him stay 2 steps ahead. It's like the guy can see the future. When it comes to goal, well, he's not a traditional goal scorer. He's not like Messi or Ronaldo, wingers that still banged in crazy amounts of goals. For Yamal, it isn't about the quantity of goals he scored, but quality. He's one of those players that rarely score bad goals. Most of his goals are bangers. Those crazy left foot curlers that make the crowd go crazy. And this season, he's scored over 10 goals already. And speaking of the crowd, you know what it feels like playing in front of 80,000 fans? Especially as a 17-year-old? I'll tell you, it's wild. Yamal's composure is another trait that sets him apart. He's the definition of a chill guy. He never rushes things, he takes his time to think, never under pressure. In fact, you can go as far as saying he's more composed than many older and more experienced ballers. He still takes risks when he has to, and plays it safe when he has to. His game maturity is simply impressive. This is what Chaka Hislop, an ex-professional goalkeeper and now football commentator, has to say about Yamal.
The greatest aspect or the most unreal aspect about his game is the maturity and his ability to see those plays as they develop. You don't get to say that about teenagers very often. This absolutely is a rarity.
I think what we're seeing in this...
As said earlier, Yamal is the full package. And for a player to be a full package, it means the player is not just about what he can do with the ball at his feet, but how he sees the game generally. In other words, the player's game IQ. Some players are all about thinking and others pure talent. You know what they can do with the ball at their feet. And for Yamal, he's both. He's one of the most technically gifted players in the world, and also one of the smartest, ultimately putting him in that elite top 5%. Imagine a player who can dribble well, pass very precisely, score bangers when he needs to, stay very composed, and read the game like a tactical genius. Full package attacker, just like Messi, am I right? We literally just listed Messi's qualities, and this is pretty much why Yamal is now likened to Messi. It isn't just about the fact that Yamal, just like Messi, came from La Masia Academy and also plays as a left-footed winger, and right from a young age, already carrying the team, but the way he reminds us of Messi's special qualities. But people are so focused on the Yamal-Messi similarity that they forget how much Yamal reminds us of Neymar. You see, Neymar at Barca played a bit differently from Messi, of course. Beside the fact that the Brazilian played from the left while Messi played from the right, Neymar still had other things that set him apart, and a huge one is his flair. Messi kept his dribbles very simple. Body feints, quick movements. Messi didn't perform skill moves, but Neymar, he isn't one to let defenders go that easy. Neymar didn't only care about getting past defenders, but using different skill moves to embarrass them. And this is the route Yamal is taking. Yamal replicates Neymar's creativity and flair, also using skill moves like step overs to get past defenders and give the crowd something to laugh about. Yamal said it himself. Growing up, he always watched Neymar videos.
Siempre es un crack, una leyenda del fútbol, un jugador al que siempre miraba por YouTube.
No surprise, the kid now plays like his idol. And just like Neymar was at Barca, Yamal is now a key part of the Barcelona team. He's literally the team's future. And with the team raising his release clause to 1 billion, we see Barca isn't considering letting him go and would do anything to stop other teams from trying to steal the wonder kid. Yamal is also very important to the Spanish national team. and it's crazy considering the fact he's just 17. Alvaro Morata, a striker for the Spanish team, said all he needed was one training session with Yamal to recognize how phenomenal the kid is and how he thinks Yamal can fill Ronaldo and Messi's void. You just can't deny how important this guy is. Take the last Euros for instance. Yamal was the player with the most goal contributions with 1 goal and 5 assists. And remember when I talked about Yamal's scoring being more about quality and not quantity? Well, Yamal's only goal in the tournament ended up becoming the goal of the tournament.
To put pressure on him, but also to show that we want him to come out of his comfort zone, and that if you want to be able to play a Euro final, you need to be able to do a bit more than he's done.
And the crazy story behind this goal is, it came in the semi-finals against favourites to win, France. Before the game, Adrien Rabiot in a press conference tried getting into Yamal's head by saying the kid needs to do more if Spain would knock France out of the tournament. Fast forward to the game, France scored an early goal, confirming what Rabiot said. But in the 21st minute, Yamal made a statement with a banger equalizer. And the best part, Rabiot was the player Yamal shook off last before he sent a beautiful curler into the net. And the only thing that was better than the goal was how Yamal celebrated it. Speak now. Classic. And that's where we stop for today. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. And one last thing, I know all these things while we talked about how incredible Yamal is, but there's another mind-blowing youngster, German wonder kid, Musiala. Do you think Musiala is better, or does Yamal have an edge? Head to the comments and let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.